Well, hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings. We are in Africa today on V Day 75th anniversary. We're just going to take a nice, easy flight out of Kilimanjaro International here, and we are going to head for the mountain itself, which is just over there through the haze, coming into view now. We're going to be taking the Mustang civilian version. This is the A2A Simulations Mustang. What you're seeing in front here are two versions. The military on the left, which is in a custom repaint of the Shark, which is based at Duxford, and the Moonbeam McShine Civ version, which is over on the right, which is a stock repaint that actually comes with the aircraft. Using the civilian because I'm shortly going to be doing a tour of Africa, and I thought, having done the round the world trip in the Mark II Spitfire that had the original World War II cockpit, I thought I would take up a more contemporary avionics suite, as it were, and take up this beauty. Now, from the outside, these aircraft both look very similar, and they are. They're both the P-51D. They're both in military markings, but this one here is the original World War II era cockpit, as you would have seen actually at the time. And inside, as you can see, this is very much a old school World War II era cockpit. There's nothing here in the way of modern avionics. This is exactly as it would have appeared in World War II. We have our radios and things over here. Our switches, on main switches like battery, that kind of thing. You have the weapons toggle switches, gun camera, all that kind of thing. This is pure World War II fighting machine. It's the one I've tended to fly up till now. I just love the feel of it. I love that old school steam gauge era kind of cockpit. But for the upcoming Africa tour, I wanted to go for same aircraft, but with a more contemporary cockpit. And that's really what we see now when we hop over to the Civ version, as it's called. You can already see there is a big difference in these cockpits. There you go. You see already, you can see straight away this is a very different cockpit. It's got the same kind of instruments in it, but just a lot more modern. You've got the HSI, you've got the GPS up here at the top, powered down so you can't see it at the moment. We've got our radios down here, switches down here. Some of the controls are very similar, like the trim, the carb air control, our fuel gauges, our fuel selector. So there are definitely some similarities here. It's not difficult to transition between the two aircraft from that point of view. We've got an autopilot, amazing. Just incredible. And A2A did a fantastic job of really giving two versions of this aircraft. We've got our military version over there. As I say, it's got a repaint, but that's our fantastic World War II era. And here we have a more modern version for touring or for just doing a nice cross-country flight using modern avionics, but doing it in a beautiful World War II warbird. Okay, so here we are all fired up. As you can see, we've got a GPS working. We're not going to use it today. We can see a mountain, so we don't really need to worry too much about following a magenta line to get there. We're not using ATC. This is just a very gentle flight. No air traffic control. Just using, as they used to say, the Mark I eyeball to get us where we need to go. And just enjoying a bit of sightseeing. So let's get cracking. Now, kind of as I explained in the last video, due to the fact that I have painfully slow internet and the fact that we're still in lockdown and people need to use the internet. Unfortunately, I can't do much in the way of long videos because about a half-an-hour video takes all night for me to upload, but it means that come the morning people can use the internet here without it being completely slowed down by the fact that I've got a load of uploading still going on. So we're not doing the full startup or anything like that. As you can see, we're just heading straight out. Let's get flying, do a bit of sightseeing, and we'll get back again and have a nice flight. Is over there, what a beast. This is the Orbx OpenLC Africa scenery that's just been released on top of Global and Vector, and also I'm using the Pilot's next generation mesh just to give it a bit of 3D, as it were. There's nothing coming, there shouldn't be. There's no AI, so if there was I'd be worried. Okay. Let's just check the we've got plenty of runway here, so what I'm going to do is take the runway here. Let's just bring ourselves to a halt. Okay, reset the track IR. Track IR's playing up a bit, but I think that's because we've got window open here and the light can sometimes interfere, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Everything else is looking fine. Yeah, all looking good. Nothing to worry about. Fuel set on the left tank. We'll just dial in a little bit of right rudder trim. Although, to be honest with you, although that says to do it by the book, it's not something that I often do, foolishly. Right. Now, I'd like to think that I've improved on my Mustang takeoffs. It's a tricky aircraft to take off. There's an awful lot of torque going on up front. But as I say, I'd like to say I'd improved, but just for the warning of any passengers on board, this might not be as smooth as you would like. But hey, it'd be boring if it was all straightforward, right? So stick right back. We're looking for 61 inches, 3000 RPM. Once we're going, but first of all I'm going to increase the power while we've got the brakes on, and then start our roll. Gear up. Come back now. Just ease off a little bit. Go to 46 on the manifold pressure now. About 27 on the RPM. Close the canopy now. welcome to Africa. To say, having never been to Africa, can't really compare it, but the scenery is certainly very atmospheric, and how I would expect it to look. Okay, so let's we've done a bit of climbing. Let's get back into more of a cruise configuration here. And there she is. See, we're still climbing a bit, so let's keep that on. Keep the taps open. It's an incredibly powerful aircraft, the Mustang. Pretty good day for it. Not too much cloud in the sky. incredible the detail on that mountain actually. I'm just going to come around the east side here and then head over to the summit. We're still climbing. It's a big old mountain. Just doing a gentle climb. Beautiful day for it. So hey, how are you doing? I hope you're well. We seem to be approaching the end of strict lockdown here in the UK, so potentially within the next week or so we will be a little bit freer, although obviously very much still on guard with everything that's happening. I hope you are well, I hope you are healthy, happy. Certainly unusual times we're living in, as I'm sure we're all sick and tired of saying and hearing. But there you go, there's no escaping it. I guess we won't forget it in a hurry. I've said it before, but I'm just very thankful that I have this simulator here, because I can just escape in it, go anywhere in the world I want. It's a wonderful thing. Just quick check of fuel tanks. Okay, make sure I've got my fuel selector button set up. So we're going to switch to the right tank now, just to even it out. Interesting. Always happens like this. Sometimes it seems to work for me and sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Worked that time. A little bit more height. Keeping an eye on that speed. Let's drop the nose a bit now. At about 150 knots the old Mustang gets a bit squirrely. Oh, something else I've got loaded up in this is Aerobatic Africa. At the moment they're giving it away free, so you can have a chance. I got this on, I think it was Sim Market, free of charge. Not flown with Realtor before, so it's interesting to certainly to feel the aircraft. The weather today, as you can see, is quite nice, but I'm definitely, especially over here now at the mountain, definitely picking up some turbulence. It's a little bit wobbly, so it's quite interesting. Definitely has an effect. Definitely more realistic. There's our summit. Very rocky over the summit.
sync rate.
So there we have it, just over, we are just now at 19,300 just passing, and that is the summit of Kilimanjaro. He's back on the power now. Oh, something went very wrong there with my controller. Excuse me. So my original plan was just to go back to Kilimanjaro International, but there is Lake Amboseli over to the northwest, which might be worth a look at. See a bit more of the scenery. And there is a little airstrip there which might be worth a look at. The scenery really is cracking. Okay, big cloud forming now. So easing back on the power settings a bit. Incredible thing, flight simming, really, when you think about it. There you are, sitting in your home, and when you get hold of a good third-party aircraft like this A2A Mustang, or it could be anything, it could be a PMDG airliner, you get some good scenery, you get some realistic weather, add-ons, you're in a whole new world, and you can literally fly anywhere in the world that you want to. And here we are, just leaving Mount Kilimanjaro in a World War II Mustang with a modern cockpit in it. It's just amazing what you can do. Said it before, but the scenery is pretty damn good, considering this isn't an Orbx region. This is just an OpenLC add-on, but it's pretty good. Perhaps if anyone has been to Mount Kilimanjaro, been lucky enough to be there, and especially fly around there, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. It's always really interesting to hear from people that have been there, done the real thing. Now our little airstrip is just over there. Just looking to see if I can spot it. Turbulence. down there somewhere, I think. Is that it? Not a turbulence. Oh, there it is. It's quite where I thought it would be.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
Just don't worry,
Sync
GTN.
rate.
We will live through this
Sync
descent.
rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync.
There's a nice thin little airstrip to get into with a Mustang. But some things you couldn't do in a sim, so we're going to give it a try. Let's have a quick scoot over to the lake. Back at Mount Kilimanjaro, looks amazing through that haze. For weather, active sky, Skyforce 3D using the dynamic global mode in ASCA, and I've got environment force running. Some slightly odd shapes down there, I think perhaps because this is, as I say, because this is not a terrain pack, this is an OpenLC. The lake doesn't really conform to what it should do in terms of shape, I should think. Quite as exciting as hoped. Check the tanks. Okay, so we're going to switch over to the other tank now, hoping the button will work. There we go. Excellent. Okay, let's do a quick run in on this airfield.
Sync rate.
Now, I'm going to do something here that if you saw my taming the wild horse, I think I called it. Anyway, the one with the Mustang in it. I did pretty awful loops in there. One of the beauties of something like these A2A aircraft is you have to learn to fly them. They don't just come out of the box and you can loop it like it's a toy. And we're very lucky in the A2A community that we've actually got some real warbird pilots that fly with us. And one of those, Rob, who is Harvard Mark IV, he actually gave me some really useful tips on how to correctly loop the Mustang.
Sync rate. Pull up.
And I'm now going to completely make myself look an idiot by attempting a loop and hopefully doing it without any kind of drama. You have a tendency to spin if you don't do it correctly, so we're just going to get some height. We're going to be looking for about 350 knots once we start the procedure. We are going to get some height. Interesting formation down there. Let's get some power on. nose a bit to build up some speed. We are losing a bit of iron in the process, which isn't great, but
Sync rate.
don't worry.
Sync pull up.
Okay, let's go.
Pull
So
up.
pulling back,
Pull up.
checking the wings,
Pull.
right
Sync
rudder,
rate.
keeping it coming over the top. Look over the top. Keeping the power on. I always used to chop it over the top. Still got some of that right rudder on, but there we go. Woohoo! Thank you,
Pull
Rob.
up. Pull up.
The other Rob, not me.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
I have to say, I'm a little bit relieved about that. It's one of those skills that once you've got it, it's like anything, you just do it. But if you try and loop it like a spit, for example, you'll definitely come a cropper. Okay, so let's shoot an approach. So we've got a 6 knot crosswind. Which is fine. Start bringing some speed back. We will push our prop fully forward. We're going to just have a quick look down here. Okay. Come off oxygen there. There's our airstrip. It's coming over slightly. Then we can turn in. Off the gear. Touch your flap. It's not a good time to get an itchy nose. Flap now. A bit far out for this.
$500.
Trying to come in as slow as I can because that runway is quite short. Just quick check, we've got 3 greens. Sure, we've got a big nose to hide it. Interesting. Outside. Ah, plenty of room. So there you go, that was short, but hopefully you enjoyed it. There's nowhere really to get a drink around here by the looks of it. It's looking very desolate, isn't it? Oh well, such is life. The life of an intrepid adventuring aviator. Thank you ever so much for coming on board. I hope you enjoyed the flight. As I say, thank you to all my subscribers. We just passed the 500 mark. That's a big thing to me. It might not be a big number for a lot of YouTubers out there, but it really does mean a lot to me. It shows that the channel is growing, and I still find it very humbling that 500 people have signed up to watch my videos, so thank you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next trip. Take care, stay safe, and we'll get out of this soon.